Women, wham, wham, wazzle, let's party! I'm so tired. So very tired. Slurm is all over the place in Futurama, including the opening credits, but it's primarily the focus of the season 1 finale, Fry and the Slurm Factory, a reference to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The show had, at that point, long established that Fry had a somewhat severe addiction to Slurm.
I've never seen anyone so addicted to Slurm.
Which is, after all, highly addictive. And the opportunity to find a golden bottle cap inside a can of Slurm to win a trip to the Slurm Factory on Wormulon and party with Slurm's Mackenzie.
Let's party!
The original party worm, a direct reference to Spuds MacKenzie, the original party dog.
He's Spuds MacKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
Go, Spuds, go!
Was just too much to pass up. That whole thing in the can, that's a little bit like Strange Brew, and I'm just kind of connecting that.
Same concentration of formula.
Actually, I think it was like, it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory meets Strange Brew. That's interesting. Though the F-ray proved to be of limited use when hunting for golden bottle caps, Fry does obviously win nonetheless, and off to Wormulon they go. I don't want to spoil too much about this episode of primetime network animation from the distant year of 1999, but suffice to say, Slurm has a deep, dark secret. Turns out that the primary ingredient is secreted from the anus of a giant space worm, which seems very, very gross, but when you think about it, we eat all kinds of like worm and insect secretions here on Earth, so it's probably only gross because it's a space worm. If it was an earthworm from Earth, I don't think you'd be grossed out by it so much.
Ew.
I'm going to include some Earth-based insect secretions in the form of this honey. Honey syrup, actually. And you make a honey syrup by just mixing up honey and water. Why would you do that? Because, well, when you make a cocktail, you're already going to dilute everything anyway. And honey pours very poorly, which is fun to say. This honey syrup will pour very well. It's simple to make. It is 2 parts honey to 1 part water, and I literally just stirred it like this. There's a big bug in here, and I hope it doesn't wind up in my shot. I came up with a really simple recipe for a Slurm cocktail, and that's what I want to make today. Some of you are probably wondering, hey, why not a non-alcoholic version of Slurm? And I have you covered. It's really simple. What you need is a vessel. Any drinking vessel will do. And a 2-liter bottle of this Mountain Dew. Actually, Surge will work as well. I think Surge is probably more on point, although I don't know where you get Surge these days. And then you're just going to pour that into the drinking vessel, like so. There we go. Nice, nice. Good fizz there. Good fizz. Put the cap back on. Put away the Mountain Dew, and then make sure no one can see that. Make sure nobody can see that. And then just tell them this is Slurm. Slurm. Oh my God. It's gotta have been like 25 years since I've had a Mountain Dew. That's wonderful. I should take a look at this recipe and reverse engineer it for something. We should do a Mountain Dew cocktail on the show. I can feel my teeth falling out already. What is that flavor? I don't know. Slurm. So that was a little bit snarky, I know, but in truth, Slurm is not supposed to be like a highly classy or craft drink to begin with, right? It's just a disgusting sugar water soft drink. Could I make Mountain Dew from scratch? I probably could if I really worked at it. And I might look into that. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think you need to do that. I think you can just use Mountain Dew or Surge, which I think Slurm is really supposed to be. I've got a pretty simple recipe though for a Slurm cocktail, and we're gonna shake this drink. This is an ounce of honey syrup, otherwise known as 30 milliliters. I got some flack for saying millimeters on a recent video. I guess I did. I didn't feel like that came out of my mouth, but I guess that's what I said. Or 22 millimeters.
Or 22 millimeters.
And now I need another ounce of lime juice. Lime juice from a lime near you. I feel a little bit redundant pointing out that an ounce is 30 milliliters every single time I say these things, but an ounce is 30 milliliters. To that end, you can actually use that, by the way, for metric. And anytime you just hear ounces, for volumetric ounces, liquid ounces. An ounce is 30 milliliters, half an ounce is 15. A quarter ounce, do 7 or 8 milliliters. I don't think you guys do half milliliters over there in Europe. Maybe you do. And that basically covers it. If you know that an ounce is 30 and a half is 15, and what a quarter is, you're good. It'll work. I do love the smell of freshly squeezed lime. Oh. Ow. And now I need an ounce of Midori, which is very green. and 1.5 ounces of a Blanco rum. I had a few options in my liquor cabinet, and playing around them, I actually thought that the Bacardi Silver was the way to go. I didn't want, this is not a drink where I'm looking to really accentuate the rum, where I'm looking for a really rum-forward, funky rum with a lot of character. I'm looking for something, and I'm not trying to throw shade on, I'm not trying to make nothing against that, you know? Like, it's just that Bacardi is that way. Bacardi aims to kind of be a little bit invisible. I played around this drink a few different ways. I really like a couple of dashes of one of my favorite go-to ingredients, this Bitterman's Elimakule Tiki Bitters. I just love these. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, I need to get some ice in here. 1 big cube and 1 cracked cube. You don't need to do that. Dave Arnold does that, the ice cracking. The 1 big heavy cube does a lot of good agitation and air displacement. Little pieces do a lot of dilution and chilling, and the combination is very good. He didn't think it would matter, and then he did a study, kind of live, if I'm not mistaken, to kind of debunk ice mythology and proved himself wrong. I'm gonna shake this drink now. I like something like a Collins glass for this, or a fizz glass, if you will, a highball. Narrow and tall. No ice, just strain it in neat. And the final bit, I'm gonna need a little seltzer. I'm gonna use my iDrinkmate seltzer maker. It's using the same kind of CO2 bottles as a SodaStream. Use the same kind of CO2 bottles as a SodaStream, but they use a different apparatus for injecting the CO2 into the water, which actually is really cool. I shouldn't even say water, because what's neat about DrinkMate is that you can carbonate just about anything in it. I like that a lot. I haven't really put it through its paces yet, but that's the whole pitch. My SodaStream crapped out on me, so I needed something new anyway. Just trying to really get it carbonated up here. Top it up with some ice cold seltzer. Oh yeah, it really comes to life like that. And now we have Slurm. Yeah, that's cool. It's got this, oh yeah, I like that. It has a very unique lemon lime soda vibe going on. It is tart and sweet with a real evolution in that sweetness right away. It comes in kind of neutral sweet, and then it turns to this fruit sweet from the Midori, which is a surprise when you're drinking a lemon lime kind of soda. And then the honey is in there. You get that, you know, honey flavor. I was gonna say that honey is nutty and metallic a little bit, but I don't need to break down honey for you. It's honey. You know what honey tastes like. It is a sweet drink, but then again, so it's like, you know, Slurm, Mountain Dew, right? It's not trying not to be sweet. It is trying to be Slurm because why not? Easy to drink too. The Bacardi, great choice. I mean, all you can do is mess it up when you get to adding the rum in this, and it doesn't, so it's great. You could put this on ice. I didn't think it was necessary. It's already cold, and I like the way it looked without it, but sure, put it on ice, it's fine. The one thing about ice in a drink, particularly anything that's carbonated, and just something to keep in mind, is that ice is going to help it lose carbonation. Just to go back to why am I not doing a non-alcoholic version in this episode, and I do try to do non-alcoholic versions in every episode where I think I can get one in, where it's appropriate. I don't know how to do it without using food dye, and I'm not totally opposed to using food dyes. I just feel like it's a bit, well then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a lemon lime soda and put food dye in it. Maybe sweeten it with honey instead of sugar. You can do that, that's pretty easy. There's not an ingredient that I would want in there that is going to be naturally green sufficiently to make a green Slurm colored drink, which is kind of important if you're making Slurm. If I had something that was very, very blue to mix, I could go with an orange juice or mandarin juice, because you get that orange blue, you end up with green. The thing is like, what would I put in there? Blueberry juice, maybe, but blueberry juice actually isn't even usually that blue, and it's also something I don't think I'd want in this. And again, to reiterate, Slurm is basically Mountain Dew or Surge, so I mean, I think you've got it covered. It does taste a bit like a giant slug's butthole, though, so big win, I guess. Big win. That is my Slurm recipe. It looks like I'm gonna finish this one before the episode's over. So if you like my show, and I hope you do, it would be great if you would check out some of my other platforms. I'm on Twitter at How to Drink. I'm on Instagram at How to Drink. I am on Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink. There are kind of extended edits, special features, behind the scenes things over there. In a few cases, there's exclusive episodes. Other content is over there if that interests you. I have a Twitch at twitch.tv/Greg from HTD. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm very focused on Twitch at the moment. I'm doing a lot with Twitch. There is some talk show type stuff I'm working on, and I'm in here in the bar doing stuff with you guys and answering your questions in real time, interacting with you. And mainly, though, on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I am running a homebrew 5th edition D&D game. So, you know, it would be great if you would watch that, because I'm pretty into it. Additionally, I have a second channel now, which I don't think I've actually really talked much about on here. There's a second channel now. It's called H2D2. Any of the live stream stuff that you wanted to catch but missed, you'll find it on H2D2. So all that Twitch stuff shows up over there. And I'll provide a link in the thing below. So if you liked this episode, there are more episodes based on animated series, from Bob's Burgers to The Simpsons, SpongeBob, Archer. I've done a lot of video game drinks too. I'm going to provide some links to those right here for you right now. Why don't you check them out? I am probably going to mix up another one of these to wash the taste of the Slurm out of my mouth. And I leave you with this thought. Party on, contest winners. Party on.